floor has a lot of stuff that we have to uncover. And, well, the game itself is very, very crazy. And, yeah, that. So, FNAF, I'll tell you all the FNAF lore, starting from the beginning. 1970.
It all started with Henry and William Afton. They wanted to create a entertainment pizzeria using animatronic characters. So they teamed up with a man named Edwin Murray to make this a reality. Edwin Murray made animatronics, suits, and etc. And in the first game in the series, or the game that first takes place, you play as Arnold exploring Edwin Murray's abandoned facility because Edwin created a mimic to babysit his son. And Edwin's wife then had to attend a Fazbear entertainment event, and she died there. So Edwin then hates Fazbear and doesn't have a wife and has a child he has to take care of. So Edwin fires all the people who are Fazbear spies trying to steal his mimic, but he got a bit violent with his wife at one point. So do you want to know what the mimic does? It becomes violent because it mimics them. So now they have a violent mimic. On their hands. And then David dies, I think, to the mimic. I'm not fully sure. David is the son. And then Edwin goes insane because his creation is now mimicking his wife and his son. And so he dies. And because of the contract he signed with Fazbear Entertainment, they now own all the stuff inside of his emporium. So they send in you playing as Arnold to go into his emporium and take the mimic. And you play through Secret of the Mimic, and at the end, the mimic sneaks into your car, kills you, and then... Or, no, doesn't kill you. He makes you crash the car while fighting him. So you die, and then the mimic is now on the loose. And then there's another ending where you reach the kid's bedroom, and you find the mimic pretending to be David. And it's interesting. And that's the only alternate ending. Or there's one where you don't give the mimic the data diver, and I think you still die. But pretty sure canonically Arnold just dies. So yeah, that's Secret of the Mimic for ya.
Okay, now we will begin the actual part, the part that everyone knows about. Hello, this is designer, business, William Afton and designer Henry Emily teamed up to create Fredbear's Family Diner. Henry had a daughter named Charlotte, who and to make Charlotte like not go outside the pizzeria, he made a puppet that contracts Charlotte and tries to not let her out of the pizzeria. But William, however, really doesn't like this, and he decides instead he has two kids. He has he has three kids actually. He has Elizabeth, who we'll talk about later, and Michael, and the client child. The client child name is so controversial, I'm not gonna say it. But I did, but the client child, like, uh, but yeah. So Michael is in charge of the client child, and then the client child, yeah. One time the client child was at that family diner. I saw a person being stuffed into an animatronic suit, but these were spring locks. Since spring locks is something that and Henry Henry created this so animatronics can move around, and then a person can slip into the spring locks and start walking around. But these were very, very sensitive. Any type of liquid would instantly kill the person. So, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, the current child is so traumatized. Everyone makes fun of him. Maybe that. Uh, everyone makes fun of him, saying, and started making rumors about it, just to scare him. Michael also liked to jump scare the client child, and the client child hated that, of course, and made the client child scared again. So, yeah. Yeah.
And the
Well,
babysitting.
Michael is now. Michael. Oh. One fateful day, the client child's birthday, something bad happened. Michael has a prank. Besides, him and his friends will quote, let the kind child, will let the kind child, quote, give Fred Bear a big kiss. The kind child was scared of this. And, well, the kind child was scared. He was squirming around. And when they put his head in the spring lock snapped shut due to all of his squirming around. And, and this was known as the bite of 83. Sorry, I'm losing track. I'm sorry. I mean, recording this is like what, 8 a.m. and I woke up not too long ago. Okay, as I was saying, the client chat's death made it so Michael to face jail to this. So so they had to hide the body. And in Pizzeria Simulator and Midnight Motorist, you can go to a burial place where you see a buried body. Where you don't really see it.
You don't actually see it.
Yeah, you don't actually see it, but it's there. And that's the crying child. Now, often enraged and drunk, getting kicked out of the local bar, Juniors ma- was so mad he realized it was Henry's fault. He had the spring seats. Henry was the one who killed his son, he thought. So he took revenge. And he had the perfect opportunity to do it. He went he went to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the new place that opened up for Fredbear Family doing Fredbear's Family Diner. But Fredbear's Family Diner later closed, and the show Fredbear and Friends turned into Freddy and Friends of the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But one time the puppet was stuck inside her box, and Charlie was outside. This was a perfect opportunity for William. So William killed Charlie and took a and laid her body down in the alley. Once the puppet escapes, the puppet climbed to her body and later and 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 just shut down. They got the puppet, and since another death here happened, it was very bad. Two deaths happening at the same place. But Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was not closed at all yet. But instead was not closed. And exactly, but something weird was with the puppet. The puppet now had crying, like tears, down her, down from his eyes to her mouth, his mouth. It was weird to William. William had to. William also looked at the plush that was the crying child's friend, brother, and it also looked possessed. So he had to experiment more. So that's when, guess what? Turkish Baby Pizza World opens.
Document results.
So, William opened up Circus Baby's Pizza World with 4 new animatronics.
Begin audio
However,
in 3.
when he made these animatronics, he designed them with some interesting features, such as voice mimicking / luring, and a chest cavity that they could pull kids into. He used these animatronics to capture children who were alone in the pizzeria.
Prompt in 3, 2.
And he warned his daughter not to go near them. Of course,
Document results.
his daughter didn't
Begin audio.
obey.
2, 1.
He went up to the animatronic alone. And Circus Baby, the mascot, grabbed her, threw her into the chest cavity with enough force to kill her. And then, unbeknownst to William at this time,
Document results.
another one of the animatronics became possessed.
And may proceed with the salvage. Well done. And
Circus Baby was now possessed by Elizabeth Afton.
Calling. I knew it was a lie the moment I heard it, obviously. But it isn't.
So she,
Nonetheless.
and then they had to close the place down because of what happened to Elizabeth.
And quote unquote, gas leaks is the reason why I closed.
William begins renting out these fun times, the animatronics that he made for Circus Baby's Pizza World. And so it's a rental service, and basically every night William would use a secret passage or something, I don't know exactly what, to enter their basement and like do something with the animatronics, like polish them or something. And so, but soon William really liked murdering kids. Or he wanted a different strategy. So he lured kids where he wore his Springlock bunny costume, the yellow bunny, also known as Springtrap, and lured kids to the back room before killing them. and disposing of the body by stuffing it inside the animatronics. So, and he killed 4 kids this way, and then he killed one more in a slightly different way, who was Cassidy, and he put her inside of the Golden Freddy suit, or at him, and inside the old Fredbear suit, and spring-locked them. So now, Cassidy was possessing the Freddy suit, along with the crying child who had died to it. So William had killed 5 more kids. And then his son, he gets his son to start working at one of the Fazbear spots.
You can stop here.
Okay.
And it is now my turn. If you were first, you can never forget the thing. Well, William instructed anyway. Back to where we were. Now, after the Five Nights at Kids incident, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed down, and due to odors and everything else from the animatronics, because there's dead kids in there. So they decided to open the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Fruit punch for everyone.
But the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza did kinda have a problem. William was there. The new animatronics, or the toy animatronics, who have facial recognition and can detect the predator if close to the area, to the pizzeria. They use the old animatronics too. So that's the old animatronics too, and used them for parts. So those are in the back. Those are all in parts and services. But really, I had an idea. He was not part of this. Then we made it so he murdered 5 kids again in the new pizzeria, which closed it down. Michael also William needed to get the old animatronics back, so he instructed Michael to do it. He told Michael to get the animatronics and use them and to start tampering with them. So they collected the remnant of the kids and injected it to the Funtime animatronics, which were part of Circus Baby's Pizza World. Well, now Circus Baby Pizza Rentals. Now these animatronics. Now that they have missing kids inside them, that's not cool. Yeah, Michael gets fired the first day for tampering with the animatronics. Then William, needed to go take out the animatronics, but there's still a bit of remnant in it. And when he murdered all those the animatronics, he saw one thing: the ghost of the kids. He put this thing brownie suit thinking it would work, and it snap. William falls to the ground. It starts bleeding out as the spring locks closed. So, well, that's not cool.
Fruit punch for everyone.
So William is dead on the floor. Michael goes under the base to the basement and finds out about all of this, but also getting scooped by Circus Baby as they form as Ennard. And yeah, the film was ended and make Michael throw up and it out after he was inside the body. Now Michael is now just a rotting corpse, but also knowing about his father and how he murdered the missing kids. So Michael goes. So the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from the same place where the original murders take place open, but it closed down pretty quickly. Everyone already having a bad impression of Freddy's. So Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed. The night guard, Michael, decided to go to it and will spend the night shift and canvas with the animatronics again and lights it on fire. Then, a few years later, the horror attraction, Fazbear Fright. Later happened. Fazbear Fright lived, I guess. Anyway, Fazbear Frights was a horror attraction. Michael worked there just to set it on fire because he does not like this place. Until at night 2, they hear one word. We found one, a real one, and it was none other than William Afton, also known as Springtrap. Anyways, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Yeah. Horror attraction. Later, in the night 6, Michael burns it down, burning William, and ending the story totally. So, yeah. Few years later, Henry tried to end it. Since Michael couldn't do it, Henry stepped up for the job and made another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This was to lure all the animatronics. Michael gets the job of this and decides and started building his pizzeria while also salvaging all the animatronics, having them all in one place. Then Henry starts the fire. Henry burns them down, making an inspirational speech, which I'm not gonna say due to copyright reasons. So, right.
And also it's way too long.
And it's also way too long. And me and my friend both have lives, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can spend a whole hour. Anyways, so all the spirits are free. Yeah. Except for one. William's dead body inside FNAF 6
Fruit punch for everyone.
lingers, and Cassidy decides to go and kill William. Revenge for what happened. For killing him. He puts him in an ultimate purgatory hell with all of his masterpieces. Which means
Haunting him for the rest of his days.
For the rest of his days. Or so he thought.
Actually forever, but after this, Fazbear Entertainment decided to
Fruit punch
create
for
a
everyone.
hiring program in the form of a VR game called Help Wanted.
I am a candy cadet. Come get your candy here.
They
I
set
have
it
candy
up,
all day, every day.
except when they
Candy,
made the
candy,
game,
Candy.
they included a virus made by Afton somehow.
Return to Candy Cadet again,
Okay,
and maybe
Freddy.
I will tell you a story.
And caused Afton to be inside the game. So, the first tester of the game, Vanessa, found Afton during her test and got, well, mind controlled basically by a mask that she wore. Which I guess is a glorified VR headset. I don't know exactly. So Afton controlled her, and she, under the control of Afton, decided to make a new pizzeria. Because what could possibly go wrong if you build a pizzeria on top of the ruins of an old one? That's what she did. So she built it on top of the pizzeria Henry made in FNAF 6. And found Afton's body, stuck him in their recharge stations, which, like, charge animatronics, and charged him. And they somehow brought him back to life. So now Afton is loose in another Freddy Fazbear's. Under the pizzeria. And you play as a character named, and he takes control of the animatronics.
Wait, you caught a character like what? What was the character's name you said? You never said the character's name.
It's Burn Trap.
You play as Burn
So he's like an old ruin. And he takes control of Freddy, or no, not Freddy.
Grandma.
Flamma, Roxanne Wolf, and Montgomery Gator. And also, I think DJ Music Man.
R.I.P. Bonnie. Grandma Bonnie.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Glamrock Bonnie. Montgomery Gator. He killed Glamrock
Fruit
Bonnie.
punch for everyone.
That's sad. Anyways, continue on.
So you then play as Gregory, and the only one of the animatronics who's not being controlled by Afton, Glamrock Freddy, helps you.
Fruit punch for everyone.
Basically, you go into under the pizzeria, find the old ruined Springtrap suit inside of its charging station, and burn him even more. At this point, William Afton has survived 3 fires.
Bro,
Of course, that's not the canon ending.
I bet his next fire is gonna I bet it's gonna be called Boiled Trap now.
Fruit punch for everyone.
One can only guess.
Boiled Trap.
But this dude has survived 3 different fires. Or we don't know if he survived. He did, though, we think.
He probably did.
But that's not the true ending, though.
It is.
No.
What's the true ending?
Vanny is. God damn it.
Well, Loki, I'm actually stuck at Pizzeria Simulator. Just so you know, guys. Sorry about the badass gameplay. Trash gameplay. Fucking suck. Anyways, you go back to your story.
So, in another ending of the game, which some people believe is canon, some people believe the Afton one is canon.
I believe the Afton one. It makes more sense for how Ruin exists.
We haven't gone to Ruin yet. But, you figure out Vanessa.
You
find Vanny's hideout. Figure out that Vanessa is actually Vanny. Oh wait, Vanny is actually Vanessa. And then in the 2 endings, you can either get a bunch of bots to to attack Vanny, or you can get a bunch of bots, and a bunch of bots attack Freddy too and make him just a head that Gregory is carrying, or you can play 3 arcade machines throughout the pizzeria. 2 before you actually enter this segment and 1 during this segment. And when you beat all 3 of them, you free Vanessa from William. And she helps you escape. And so the 3 of you are out. And that or the William ending where you burn him again and again and again, and he tries to take control of Freddy are canon. And then we go on to Security Breach Ruin, where the place has fallen into disrepair after like 3 years. And a kid named Cassie decides to search for her friend Gregory, who you play as in the original game. So Cassidy enters an abandoned pizzeria with hostile animatronics and finds a walkie-talkie that connects to Gregory's walkie-talkie. And it just so happens that under the pizzeria, no, we'll get there. So she ventures through the pizzeria, using Vanessa's Vanny mask to change her reality and move through things she couldn't move through before. Really weird. And then you, oh god. Oh god. You shut off the security thing that's inside of the, mask. And you shut it off. Except this security thing was actually good. And he was keeping the mimic contained. So once you do that, the mimic, who happened to have been mimicking Gregory's voice,
What a surprise.
and is using a different walkie-talkie, besides the one Gregory's actually on, lures you in. And earlier in the game, you have to stick a Faz wrench into Roxy's eye hole, and because she's one of the security nodes. So Roxy, you think she's dead, and then right when the mimic's about to like attack and kill you, Roxy is like, "Cassie, run!" and jumps on the mimic and attacks it. And they start like wrestling. And then Cassie has to follow the actual Gregory's directions.
Gregory.
While on a different walkie-talkie with him. And find the exit. Or find an elevator that Gregory says is the exit.
Vanessa. I've gone and on and on and on and on and on.
But eventually, Gregory,
Fruit
you
punch
reach
for
the
everyone.
elevator and Gregory's like, "It's too dangerous. We can't let you go." And then he calls it, and then the mimic reaches the elevator door, sticks his hand through, Gregory causes the elevator to close. It chops off the mimic's hand, so you now have a mimic hand in the elevator with you. And then it drops. And you, playing as Cassie, fall.
Okay,
And then, after it goes black, the game actually has an extra piece of dialogue from a character named Roxy. She's like, Cassie? Also, Roxy and Cassie are like friends. It's confusing that Roxy was trying to kill you in the last game, but she's not in this. You and I guess Roxy down there somewhere are now even lower in the ground than you already were, because you're... My theory is that the FNAF 6 pizzeria was built on top of Edwin Murray's Emporium. So when you get to the below that level, you find the mimic, because he was in Edwin's Emporium. But there were 2 mimics, and you only take 1 in the game. But so you and Roxy are even deeper under the underground, and you're kind of stuck down there. They haven't made a sequel to the game yet, but there is one other game that I haven't talked about, which is Help Wanted 2. Because they made a second one. I don't know why.
Of course they did.
Need it. But Help Wanted 2 exists now. And so it's not the best game, but it's part of Steel Wool, which is what we call the later generation games.
Yeah, I really don't like those games. They didn't need to exist.
But in the second one, you play as Jeremy Fitzgerald, the man without a frontal lobe.
We think.
We think he didn't have a frontal lobe. We believe that, Mangle bit him in the head. So, did you explain that part? I wasn't here the whole time.
No. I forgot about
That's
it.
the real Bite of 87.
Yeah, I forgot to.
Not more.
I forgot to say Bite of 87. I bet I'm dumb.
So the man without a frontal lobe, we believe. Or we believe you play as him. We don't fully know.
Freaking love it. You and this piece of shit.
You play as him, and the Help Wanted games are VR games. And basically, instead of simulating the old stuff from the original games, in this new game, it's a bunch of random mini games involving the same characters, but are not the same at all. And it's extremely interesting. Yeah. So, in that game, I don't think there's any, like, big lore pieces. I don't think Glitch Trap is there or anything. Like, I don't fully know about this specific game.
Yeah,
but, it's just made, I think, just so you could have fun in VR. I don't...
It's part of the law. It's still part of the law, I think.
It's part of it, yeah. And then there was also Into the Pit, which nobody believes is canon anyway, so we're not gonna cover it. And Curse of Dreadbear, but that's DLC and that's also not canon, so...
I mean, Ruin's a DLC, but it's also canon. Because it's the mimic.
Ruin is canon. Curse of Dreadbear isn't.
Yeah. I mean, if it was...
You're not changing my mind on that. Because the Dreadbear is DLC to teleport into.
So I told you we were gonna finish this under an hour, and we did.
So that is all the lore so far. Not including the books, which aren't canon, not including the movies, which are an alternate universe or something. A Freddy Fazbear, or Five Nights at Freddy's. Even though the new games aren't even Five Nights at Freddy's at all.
Bad take.
They're
Yes,
like
you know.
one night at not even Freddy Fazbear locations.
Yeah, but like, well, I really just liked it when it was just Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like, spend.
We did the new stuff, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, did it help with the lore?
They're fun games, aside from the part where they're really hella glitchy, but like one time I clipped through the map in Secret of the Mimic.
Wait, you have Secret of
just-
the Mimic?
Yeah, I have Secret of the Mimic.
Oh. But anything?
I just fell through the wall while crouching, trying to, because it was in one of the chases, you have to crouch to get into a vent, but I like crouched at a wall, and I just fell.
To Impedable Doom?
Yeah. I had to close the game and restart it. And then I had to restart the chase. The Nurse Dolly chase. We could get into more specifics, like what each animatronic is, all of that stuff, but I don't care to, so. And we have real life lives to live right now, so.
So yeah, that's
Bye.
all the FNAF lore. And actually under an hour somehow. So if you did not want to watch an hour video like some FNAF creators do, just watch this video. Oh wait, you already did. Thank you.